So like I said, the best thing to do is just press record and get the yapping. With that being said, you're now watching Gap TV. So I don't want to make this like a constant formula or nothing like that, but today's topic, virality. Virality, that's really what I mainly want to discuss. Does going viral really matter? And this is coming from somebody who actually I've been somewhat viral before. Let me explain. You see, back in 2020, right, I had this Phineas and Ferb video that I made while I was in the house. First wave of quarantine, the pandemic, out of school. Just woke up from a nap, tired of getting high, even though at that point I loved getting high. I was rolling every day, back to back to back. I'm just being honest with you. And I decided, it would be funny if the Phineas and Ferb theme song, it was talking about 104 days of summer, because, it starts off there as 104 days of summer. So I decided to remix that and make it like a quarantine themed remix, just a spoof, a comedy voiceover. And this is what it resulted in.
In 4 days of self-isolation and coronavirus wanna end shit, but the annual problem with government money is finding a good way to spend it. Like maybe finding a cure for this, or just make a vaccine to take down those 5G towers. Make up some bullshit that does not exist. What the fuck? Somebody go call that nigga Obama. Cause I'm surfing the internet, using sanitizer or locating some more face masks. Hey Ferb, them bitches gone. Using toilet paper rolls while I just stay at home, driving my parents insane. Get your ass off that fucking phone, nigga. As you can see, school and summer are canceled and we ain't gonna be outside till fall. Nigga, don't touch me, nigga, on God. So stay at home cause coronavirus is gonna end it all. So stay at home cause coronavirus is gonna end it all.
And nigga, the virality that video faced alone, just the reposts, the constant laughs, the comments, the views. That was my first ever video that got millions of views. And it was just all so overwhelmingly unexpected, at a time where 2 weeks before that, a week before that, I was stressing about in-school things, girls, my life at home, just, living with my parents. And I'm in high school. I'm not stressing about, necessarily moving out. It's just growing pains of just, how it was back then. Like, that was 6 years ago, and being in school, stressing about, I can't say I was ever really stressing about work, like school work per se, because even with me graduating virtually, I still ended up graduating. But above all else, the video went stupid, right? Where I messed up at, and the reason I jumped to me messing up is because I gained a lot of followers. Instantly I crossed the threshold of, however, I don't even remember how many followers I had at the time. It was probably like 5,000, maybe 7,000, or it was in the thousands. But I was basically doing my freestyle raps like I constantly been doing over the years. I was doing that consistently, right? Building my brand. Back then I had braces, still had the Gap Guy name because that's just who I was. I adopted the name, embraced the name, became the name. You know what I mean? So me at 23, I'm not really fond of the name Gap God, the artist name, which you can find on Spotify, Apple Music, and any DSP basically ever, search me up on YouTube. It definitely should come up. But I just thought about evolution, evolving. And I think about that constantly, but I constantly also think about that time where I didn't take advantage of that virality, man. Because I'm talking about, bro, at the time I wasn't even on TikTok, but it took off on TikTok. The video did well on TikTok. There was a dude on that platform that actually DM'd me because he made some type of skit or some type of, he basically acted out the voiceover that I did, right? Made videos to it. And me being unaware to TikTok, definitely compared to how I am today, like I mentioned last video, I've tapped out of the matrix. I've taken a social media break, meaning that I don't have TikTok on my phone right now. But before me taking this break, and before really a couple of weeks ago, I'd be on TikTok scrolling every day, just consuming other people's think pieces, other people's comedy, other people's satires, other people's thoughts about trending topics, other people's comedic thoughts about trending topics, you know what I mean? Memes from the past. Basically anything that I could conjure up on my For You page. And dog, I took off on TikTok back in 2020, not even knowing, didn't even have a page at the time. I was one of them niggas, oh, why would I have a TikTok page? I ain't trying to get on there, do no dances. I was one of them. Didn't like the platform, didn't care for the platform. But I got this DM from this dude basically saying, yo, we should do a part 2, man. You viral over there, you trending, blah, 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 man. Unknowingly, it was a lot going on. I did not take advantage of that one video in my string of funny videos, which I had at the time. I didn't take advantage of people liking my personality like that. And the reason why is because I'm mainly music oriented, right? I just happen to be a comedic, personality filled guy, you know, that people like being around for better or for better or for worse, because, you know, I keep a basic tight circle on me. I know who to call friend. I know who to call bro. I know who to call homegirl, homeboy, homie, family. You know what I mean? Because it's by your actions, not your words. And it ain't by how long you knew somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that plays a part into it, but you can know somebody for a decade, they eventually turn snake on you. I've seen it happen. So with that being said, me not taking advantage of my personality and letting it shine through the videos, that cost me, because I felt the way that people weren't giving my music the same amount of attention. And I basically crashed on myself. I didn't realize what was at hand. I didn't realize that all I had to do was keep working on music and keep being me. Just keep being you. People accept this side of you, but that doesn't mean you don't have to, they're neglecting this side of you. I got so in my thoughts and overthought so damn much, my paranoia fucked me up. I took a break from social media, stopped creating, eventually graduated high school. My followers, I took another break. My followers, my stock, it shrunk. Took another break, as then in 2022, a year after I graduated, I was kind of like in a tough situation, living place to place. So social media became like, over time, social media became less of a priority, but it all boils down to me not taking advantage of that video, which garnered me a lot of views and eventually got taken down due to copyright. That's how big it got. It got taken down due to copyright. And even though I did edit the video, like, it wasn't just straight Phineas and Ferb. It was a couple of, well, you've seen the video. Like, I've shown the video and everything earlier in this video. It's edited in, so you can see for yourself what I'm talking about. But they even still hit me with the, hey, you don't own this, sir, so you can't use this right here. You know what I mean? And had to take the video down at like 3 million something views. It's archived on my Instagram now, meaning that only I could see it because of the archive feature. But yeah, it still sits up at a lot of views. That goes back to my original question: does virality matter? The answer to that question is definitely yes, but what matters more, in my experience and what I've learned from it, what matters more is how you capitalize off of it. It's just like making money. You never know how somebody done. You can meet a billionaire, right, or a millionaire. Let's even a thousandaire. Maybe they got a lot of racks on them. Nice house, amenities, couple of cars. You watch Baby Boy, you know the difference between guns and butter. So, you know, shout out Melvin. But basically, you can come up on somebody and think, wow, they really got it going on by the way they presenting themselves, right? You never know how they come in contact with that money. It could have been a lottery ticket. They could have been in the right place at the right time. Hell, they could have sacrificed their body or their mental health for that money, and now they popping it. The harder thing about, I'd say, being rich, and this is coming from somebody who's never been rich before, I'd say it's doubling your money, managing your money. making it survive, making it last, spinning it correctly. Getting it, that may be hard, but what's harder, hell, I watch wrestling. What do they usually say when you the champ? The climb is hard, but staying on top. John Cena won how many championships? How many world championships? 17, right? Do the math. How many times did he have to lose to acquire that accolade? And I'm talking about a scripted sport. A scripted sport. You want to go into something maybe less scripted, more competitive. Think about LeBron, the record he's having. How many times has he been to the championships? How many times has he won the championship? He still ain't even passed Kobe record, which means that at the end of the day, you still necessarily don't always make every shot that you take. So I can say 5 years later, I missed out on that opportunity. So me coming and asking the question, does virality matter? Does going viral matter? Of course. However, my goal isn't really to go viral. Again, I'm not chasing the virality or really the spotlight of being in the 15 minutes or even 15-second light. What I've decided to do is break down a new format for my videos and basically, like I said, connect with y'all more. Because I've been consuming a lot as far as YouTube and just scrolling and doom scrolling and just letting videos play in the background, hearing other people's thoughts and commentary, interviews, podcasts, just for the sake of passing time and, you know, doing something in the background, having something play on my beats and my headphones or maybe my AirPods while I do, you know, whether I wash the dishes, whether I cook, whether I work in the garage, whether I work out, whether I go for a bike ride, whether I go for a walk, whether I go for a drive, when I'm in the park. But lately, me unsubscribing from the Matrix, and once again, unsubscribing from the Matrix, basically that means I deleted my social media. I deactivated my Instagram, took away my TikTok for a minute, disabled my Twitter. Haven't been on none of those, you know what I mean? Because I've been wanting to focus on being more of a creator. And a lot of dope ideas I got, but they won't get out if I don't press record. That goes for music and that goes for camera work. Now, music I've kind of prioritized later down the line for when I get better in life, when I get more income, when I get more of a stability setting, a setting of stability, basically. And being out here with these bees, boy, I'm out here playing a dangerous game. But at the end of the day, motherfucker can't sting me, because if he does, it's over for him. But any creator that's probably watching this, that's heard me yap about this, you know what I mean? And thanks again, if you watching this far, you ain't clicked the subscribe button. I ain't even gonna lie, I don't know what you're doing, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely appreciate you being here, but hey, we need you in the rotation, man. You know, we come here often. And I'm definitely gonna let you get a chance to hit it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you just gotta let me, you know what I mean, get my story out. You ever do pass it and then the nigga just, you know, talking so much with it, you be like, hey, bro, you kind of holding it, you know what I'm saying? The dudes become the best storyteller when they got the J in their head, you know what I'm saying? The topic of virality, man, it really boils down to learning how the algorithms work and repetition. Anything boils down to repetition. Even being the best at shooting a basketball, being the best on the field when it comes to football, hell, being great at editing, it all boils down to repetition. I just had a temporary job, right, where people in Walmart that sell the AT&T products, you know, basically it's a part of society where you could be leaving, you know, the house just to plan to go get some groceries, whether it's Walmart, whether it's go buy something electronically at Best Buy, or maybe you're a VIP member of Costco's or Sam's Club or Sam's Club. You know, you're really membership worthy. You dig what I'm saying? You like to shop VIP. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't bashing you, but they have people set up that are basically designed to get you to switch your current phone or Wi-Fi or internet service at home, or even cable if you still use that, to AT&T. Didn't really fuck with the job. It wasn't really my, you know, I tried going through training, but at the end of the day, I I didn't get good reception, and I'm not talking about phone reception. I'm talking about people reception. I didn't get to sign nobody up. I was just there talking, letting people pass me by, while my experienced partner, who been there for a year, whatever, you know, he's making good money. He's just there watching me, you know, like a kind of like a nonchalant sergeant. Kind of like a nonchalant sergeant, just watching me go through the process and go through the training. And eventually I just walked off one day not liking what I was doing. But one thing I remember from that job is basically the repetition of reading the pitch. The pitch was basically the packet of what to say and everything, you know, how to get the customer to reel them in and get them in the conversation and show them what plans are available and everything. Make that sale, close that sale. You know what I mean? Get your money besides the, you know, commission pay they pay every week. That's what I was trying to do. You dig what I'm saying? Repetition is the only way you really get to the top or really get to wherever you're trying to go. Repeating what works and going viral. I don't really know how that works for me, because at the end of the day, I could post something just being me. Because another video that went viral for me last summer was this video that I posted ironically on Shorts, which gets no views, right? Correct? But on my Instagram last summer, this John damn near, it actually, I think it's at 3 million views right now on my Instagram. And it shows me that just being myself at the end of the day, even my pop said it, and he doesn't really know much of just, you know, he's very computer savvy. Like, he used to fix computers, be part of the IT department at the college he worked for. He was the man when it came to fixing your laptop or your desktop. You know what I'm saying? I promise that. But even in he recognized that I'm more accepting to the algorithm when I'm being funny, when I'm being comedic. In a sea where everybody trying to be big fish and everybody just trying to swim, I'm talking about music, it's more cognitive to do what I'm good at, and I know is deeply a part of me. And then that other extensive part of me, that can bleed eventually in the background and come to the forefront if it does bleed through that much through the paper. You dig what I'm saying? And that is the mindset I should have had in 2020 when I was going viral off being Mr. Funny, ha ha, hee hee. But my music, my snippets, my freestyles, it wasn't getting that same love. And I would like to say, man, if only I would have thought like that years ago, which is true as much as I can say it. But at the end of the day, I feel like you really got to fall down and learn the hard way sometimes if you really want to establish, you know, what works and learning from your mistakes. Any L that you take, L is just short for learn or learning. You know, or lesson, like however you look at it. But the way it all coincides, it means it's true. So at the end of the day, just because you fail at something or just because something don't go the way you planned it, that don't mean you can't pivot. That definitely don't mean it's over. And just because you post, like me, for example, I post all these damn videos getting no traction, genuinely because I love the game. I even get questioned by Pop sometimes. Why do you do all them reactions and you do all that for no result? And I sit there looking dumbfounded like, well, I love the game, you know, so I love music, but it's all about results at the end of the day. And people don't care about a story. They care about results, especially now in this era where people swear numbers don't lie. Guess what? Yes, they do, because the screen can lie to you. You don't believe me? Why everybody pushing this AI shit so hard? And I don't mean everybody. I mean the dumb ones that can't see how it's basically going to be a detriment to you and me in the future. So at the end of the day, there is no, I wish I could have, you know, learned 5 years ago. I do, but it's all good because I know now and I know where to capitalize off of. And it's better late than never to ever want to still pick up that camera and start recording, or even just, you know, be yourself. I'm scrolling on TikTok all the time. I see people getting views off of being their self. Now, we do live in a mixed sea of people where people are impersonating others and people are fake kicking it. They not authentic. You know, everybody feel like they got to be not everybody, but some people feel like they got to be the toughest in the room or the more richest in the room. At the end of the day, I'm all about comfortability. I'm all about affordability. I'm all about relatability. That's really, wow, I should find a way to turn that into an acronym. But virality, bro, is not the end goal at the end of the day. It's what comes with, I think being viral kind of can be with, I think going viral can be what comes with this era of just media and just the way we consume things. I have went viral before though, but I'm still not famous. That shit not paying the bills. That shit not paying no bills. I ain't really seen no money off of it. But then again, that's because I didn't do enough to capitalize off of it. And a hustler, a real hustler, knows how to turn an opportunity into money. So the next time an opportunity knocks at my door, I'm not going to be the guy who's watching a boat pass by and not going to take the help on the boat to get to the other side of the shore. I'm not going to try to swim and go through all these goddamn waves and tidals and possibly icebergs just to get to the other side of the shore. I'm going to take the signs, I'm going to take the boat, and I'm going to roll as fast as I can. You dig what I'm saying? If you enjoyed this message, if you enjoyed this video, if you found any value in what I've said about just going viral, if you're a creator and you definitely feel like I've helped even change your mind on the topic, or even if I made some good points or some necessary bad points you don't agree with, let me know in the comments, man, why virality does matter or why it don't matter. But in my opinion, man, at the end of the day, just keep doing what you're doing and do it the right way. Do it repetitively, show up for you, and don't half-ass it, because if you half-ass it, people gonna half-watch it. And to anybody feeling like I've been half-assing the content on this page, the content on this channel, I apologize, but then again, bear with me. We just going through evolution. So y'all be easy. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like. You did.